how are kids making their decisions on where they're going to go to school? Like, I mean, is it like it was for you?
I had an uncle that played dad, but he wasn't dad. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's big. These kids now, like we're the generation a little bit before us when we didn't have dads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just you didn't have a dad, but the majority didn't have a dad. The system locked our dads up and said, hey, mom, if you want to continue to get these benefits, dad can't be around.
Wow.
You have to put dad on this. So, the system kind of pushed them apart. And now we have us. You know what I mean? We have the dad say, no, pluck that.
Wow.
I'm going to do whatever I need to do to be in my child's life because I didn't have that in my life.
So they're there now. Like when you go and you recruit as a coach.
Man, dad's full throttle.
Wow.
And
okay.
I love it.
Does that change the quality of guy that you get? Or?
This knocks out a lot of the coaches that think they're good recruiters because they used to working on moms. Now dad ain't playing that. Dad like, no, I was a good athlete, and I got told the same shit you telling my son right now. Oh, I love them cats. Wow. I walk in there, I'm like, what up, Pop?
Oh yeah, those are the guys you're going to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And in recruiting, you kind of find out who the person is, right? Yeah. It's a 7-on-7 coach. It's mom. It's dad. It's the high school coach.
Yeah.
You got to figure out who it is. Me. I know for one thing, parents will always have an effect, right? Even if they don't even understand. Like a Nigerian parent, it's all about academics.
Absolutely.
No question.
Yeah.
Right? The hood parents is, most of the time, who gonna pay me?
Wow.
Or,
wow.
How close my baby gonna be to home?
Okay.
Or you gonna take care of my baby?
So okay. Actually, bro, like, you know what's going on now, right? With the NIL. All right, so look, just Power 5 alone, football programs are bringing in over $4 billion in revenue. Right. So that ends up being really about $27 million per university. That's just for Power 5 football alone, right? So if you just want to go football and basketball, now you're looking at $8 billion in revenue for the NCAA. How much of that should go to the students? How much of that should go to the guys that are actually putting their names on the line?
All right, so if the NCAA wants to fund them, which, that's a different story. I mean, a lot of it should go to them. But you have to make sure you align these kids with the education and the resources to better themselves.
How do they do that? Like, who's responsible for that? Who's responsible for?
My point exactly.
Okay.
We don't. I don't know. Right. That's like when it's dealing with the NCAA, it's like a little bit out of my hand. Now, what I would say is this: the likeness part scares me.
Why?
For instance, let's get into a scenario right now. Andre Cohen, you a booster for
some school,
some university, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're a billionaire, multi-millionaire. Let's just say multi-millionaire. I like billionaire. I'm gonna give you billion.
Okay, I appreciate that.
So
I'll take that.
This kid that's a big time recruit, you say that's my guy. I'm gonna endorse him, right? I'm gonna pay for his likeness. I'm going.
This is my guy, the player.
Mm-hmm.
I'm endorsing this player.
Right.
Okay.
You basically paying for his likeness, right? Because it's all over likeness, right?
Yeah.
So, and you also give money to that university. So with that being said, what happens if this kid don't play and you got him doing commercials for you and you paid him $300,000? What happened? So you're giving him $3 and you're giving the university $1 million. What do you do? Because this kid not playing. How does that work?
Wow.
Right? Or here it is. The university, which most universities will be like, look, you're not going to run or dictate anything here at this university. This is your choice, and it's your decision. Our coach is going to make these decisions. The best player will play, which, most universities are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
what happens to that kid if he don't perform? You giving him your money. Do you drop him?
As the billionaire.
Right.
You're saying what happens if the kid doesn't perform?
Right. We're talking business. We're not talking about kids. They're getting paid for their likeness. And if they likeness you don't like, you have the right as a business owner to say, I'm going to like something else.
Wow. That's insane. But hey, how close is my baby going to be to home? Who's going to take care of this? Who's going to pay me?
That's not important. That's not as important anymore.
Of course not.
The pay me part is the real important part.
Okay.
Because if I was coming out in this era, I ain't have shit.
Mm-hmm. So how does it, okay, so let's talk about that. How does that distract the current player? I'm from Sunnyside, Texas. I'm Tyron Carey from Sunnyside, Texas. Mm-hmm. I'm the fastest guy in the city.
I was in the state at that time.
I'm the fastest guy in the state, right? I'm the fastest guy in the state. And someone comes and says, you know what, Tyron? I want to give you $100,000, right? I know you never had a solid place to sleep comfortably. I'm going to give you $100,000. How does that change the perspective of that athlete? How does that change that guy who just basically coming from nothing, man? And now you telling me I can get $100,000? That's going to change your life.
So at that time, my mom was working at Walmart, and she was making about $25,000 a year. So you just took 4 years and made it to one.
Yep.
I'm there.
Okay. So who's inspecting that contract?
Who?
Right. How are
my mama don't know nothing about that.
So is this a good thing for the players or not?
We just got to protect them. It's great for the players. Okay. It is great for them. But how are we protecting them? Right? What about taxes? When did you learn about taxes? Hold on.
Sorry, Dad. I didn't really learn about taxes until I was a grown man. With a house.
We don't learn about taxes until we buy a house.
Yeah.
Or when Uncle Sam say, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah.
Let me get that back.
You owe me.
So who's educating it?
Right.
Is it upon the universities? It should be.
It should be. Should be taught at home though, right? Should be taught at home though, right?
When you're from Sunnyside?
Right.
Come on now.
So what I'm saying is though,
we used to getting stuff back on taxes, not paying.
I hear you, right? And I ain't gonna tell you trying to forever. But what I'm saying is, shouldn't there be if a college coach says, I'm gonna go to Sunnyside, I'm gonna go to Third Ward, I'm gonna go to Opelika, right? I'm gonna go to Pork and Beans somewhere in Florida, and I want that kid right there. Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact he's gonna come here, he's gonna make more money than his family's ever made in their entire existence. Isn't there some sort of responsibility that the university has to put certain parameters and controls in place so that kid doesn't just go get the check and lose his mind? Because they still need him to win football games.
What happened when they go to the NFL and they get the check and lose their mind?
But what I'm talking about is right now, though.
Yeah, but
they have to win games.
The universities are not prepared for that. You know what I mean? They're not prepared for that. I didn't watch plenty of universities who football programs who said they jumped in front of it and then they still getting hit with haymakers.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this: What do you do if you're, and we've been using you this whole time, so the hell, let's use you.
Yeah.
If you're Tyron Carrier, and hey, I'll give you this $100,000 check, right? And here's the contract, sign it. Right? They always
Who reads that?
They always say the real criminals say, hey, they don't say stick them up. They say, hey, here's a pen, sign this.
It's going to help better your future.
Those are the real criminals, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, and not to demonize capitalism, we need capitalism. Yeah. What I'm saying is, what if Tyron Carrier signs that contract, and that contract is for $100,000, sure, but it's a merit-based $100,000. Bro, you gotta score 10 touchdowns.
You have to.
You gotta rush for 1,000 yards. You know, who's going to be that protection? Because here's the thing: when college coaches right, look, man, this is something to think about. When you sit in the homes of these kids, and you talk to the parents and say, hey, I'm going to take care of Tyron. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of Andre. I don't want you to worry about him. The conversation is totally different now, bro. It's not just, hey, they're going to get their school paid for. They're going to get a stipend to take care of their lives. If somebody come and tap them on the shoulder with $100,000, that could potentially ruin their life.
So here's me as a coach, right? I'm going to say, look, I'm going to take care of your baby. Your baby will be in my room or he'll be in my building where I coach at. I'm going to treat him like my own. Any occasional meal I have, he's invited, right?
Yeah.
I can't control what your baby do as far as who he signs with. I can't do that, right? So now, are we telling the parents to, you need to hire an agent? And really, if a kid get an agent at this point, he can't play.
He's
ineligible. He's considered a professional right now. So now, a lot of people got to go back to the drawing table and say, well, who's protecting this kid's better future? Who's looking over these contracts? Because just like the record label deals that they used to have where they say, sign with me, right? I'm going to give you $100,000. But what you don't know, you just sign your life away. The only way to get out of this deal, if you croak.
If you die.
You die. All right.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. But croak mean die in my neighborhood. So, I am really intrigued to see how this thing plays out.
So it's a good thing in your opinion. If you could give it a direct answer, it's good or it's bad?
I don't know. There's no direct answer. Because check this out. So now your baby just became a professional at 18 years old.
Yeah.
He has to hold up to a contract at 18 years old. But to be honest, they've been holding up to it. We held up to a contract.
Yeah, we did.
You have to keep this GPA in order to be eligible to play. You got to pass this many hours in order to be eligible to play. But that's just what it was. We used to sign 4-year contract. 4-year scholarships. They sign 1 years now.
Wait, what? Wait. Okay, unpack that.
All right. So now a coach can say, I want to bring you back or not.
I want to bring you back a what?
Or not.
Or not.
Or not.
So it's on a...
Andre Khan, you wasn't the guy I thought you were. You might need to find another school to go to.
Wow.
Because I'm not renewing your scholarship.
Wow. Okay, so time out. That's crazy. I've never heard that. No, never heard of that. And we always talk about the power that the athlete now has that they didn't have before. Mm-hmm. Is that the ability to transfer?
That's not the power. That's not the athlete power. The athlete power is now they have a voice. There were some things that happened to us when we played. You know what I mean? We had a storm happen, and we're playing a game, and we had a coach that just was like, "Forget y'all. Do it on your own." Mm-hmm. And we balled, right?
Yeah.
Now, a kid can go to be like, yeah, forget that coach. You know what I mean? He has a voice. Now, there's a respect factor to everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a respect factor to everything. But now, a kid can say, I don't like this. We couldn't do that before. A kid can say, I think that was racist.
Oh, wow. Just like that, straight up.
They can say that now.
Okay.
And either a coach that either looks like them or don't look like them can say, well, I apologize. Tell me what I have to do to, make this right, or tell me where you're coming from. Now, this generation is a lot softer than what we are, what we were.
Yeah.
And every coach got to adapt to the generations and whatnot.
Okay, man. So we're talking about NIL,
right?
Name, image, likeness, right? Did you get a check?
I got my check.
I got a check.
They ain't give me nothing though.
Yeah,
I got 3 stacks.
I didn't get that much either. But here's the thing: there are the parents everywhere, right? And you just said dads are in the home. It's different for them now,
right?
By the grace of God, My dad died I was 5. My dad died. Had an amazing stepdad. Not even really a stepdad, just a second father.
Right.
And, still in my life, talk to him every day. He's an amazing guy. But he didn't go to school, right? He wasn't presented with all of these incredible opportunities. How are you coaching? Okay, so Titan right now comes to you, right? Where it's 20, how old is he?
He's 5.
Okay, it's 13 years from now.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? He's 18 years old.
Yeah.
He comes to you and he says, Daddy, Nike hit me up. Reebok hit me up. Adidas hit me up. And I don't know, some other company hit me up. It's a fatal 4-way. And all of them are promising something. What do I do? What do I do, Dad?
Well, Titan dad is very educated. Mom is too. Both were athletes. So we got a different outlook on things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So.
But what are you telling him, though?
So I'm telling him, let Daddy handle this. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to protect you. I'm gonna get you the best deal I possibly can.
So you big baller brand carrier.
Yeah, no question. Like I told people before with the balls, right? What dad wouldn't be like that if that was their babies? Yeah. So I'm gonna be overprotective about mine. Now the issue is the parent that ain't have nothing. Your stepdad that don't know nothing about that world.
He's a very smart man. He's a real estate investor.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Real estate investor.
But he don't know nothing about football.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And they will game you. They can manipulate and tell you what you want to hear. But you know that little thing you need the magnifying glass for, that fine print, that'll get you.
So if you enjoyed this short segment of the podcast, here's another short segment to watch if you click right here. Or if you want to watch the entire podcast, click over here.